Hello, everybody. We are live. We are here for the stream. We are ready. We are here. I just need to make sure the audio is working. So yeah, and then we'll get into it basically. Yeah. Let me just check and make sure the audio is working, and then we can get underway. How are we? The audio is working. Okay, we got the audio working. Let's just do that. Do that. That. Now we gotta get that up. Okay, we're good. First get the chat up. Gonna. No, you don't wanna. Okay. You don't wanna do it? Yeah, man. Okay, we are here. What's going on, boys? Welcome to the stream. Today we're just going to be talking about the news. So if you're watching it now, like live, make sure you do like the stream. If you're watching it after, after the stream's done, you come and watch this, make sure you do like it as well. And if you haven't already, make sure you do subscribe to the channel because we are trying to reach 800 subscribers before the season starts. Because that's something I want to do. I want to reach 800 subscribers. My light just turned off. I want to reach 800 subscribers before the season starts, and that is the goal. But yeah, so let's get into like the small news before we get into Pacquiao, because there's a few things that we can talk about in the beginning, before we get into Pacquiao, because that's the main talking point is the Pacquiao news. Let me just make sure I'm here. Okay, we can talk about that first. Yeah, we'll do that first. Okay, so Leeds United have released the new away kit, which, in my opinion, I like the look of it. I won't be getting it, but I do like the look of the away kit. I think it looks nice. It's one of those where I think it's a very nice looking kit. There it is. I like the video they did for it. I think that was very good. It looks nice. Just something I won't be buying. Because I'm buying I'm gonna get the third kit when that comes out, the black one, if that's what it's gonna be. But if the picture that I've seen is what it's gonna look like, then yeah, I'll get that one. But yeah, at the moment that's what I'm getting. It might change if I see it and I don't like it, but at the moment that's what I'm getting. But this kit looks nice, a nice away kit. And yeah, really nice away kit. But just I'm not getting it. Yeah, that's the thing. I'm just not gonna get it. But yeah, nice kit and that. And let's move on because not much really to talk about the kit. I like the look of it, the retro to this one, which I'm wearing. But yeah, so let's get into the next news. So Junior Firpo has officially signed for Real Betis, so that has officially been done. He's going to have a contract until 2028, so he has a 3-year deal at Betis, which is good for him. I think he'll do well there. I hope he does well there. All goes with my best wishes. I hope he smashes it over there back in Spain. I think he'll do very well for them and end his career very strongly. That's what I want to see from him, and I'm hoping he can do that because that's something that I want to see from Junior Firpo because I think he's that good of a player. But yeah, I'm just wanted to say good luck to Junior Firpo as he goes out back to Spain and back to Real Betis. So I think he'll do well over there for his good contract, 3 years. Yeah, I think he'll do well. Now, it has officially come out, but Graham Smith has said that Leeds United have been informed that Jakobio is suspended for a Premier League opener against Everton. The send-off in Serie A, the 2 yellow cards that he got, and the 1-game suspension carries over with him to the Premier League, which, from what I heard from other people, is not the rules. What I heard from other people is the fact of what I heard is it wasn't a serious enough challenge to warrant him being not allowed to play the opener, which is weird because that's what I heard. So I was like, oh. So firstly, I heard that he will be missing the first game, and I was like, oh. And then I heard from other people that no, he won't be missing the first game. So I was like, okay, I believe them because I know they know more about football than I do. And I was like, okay, because I didn't really know the rules properly. But then he's now been done this, and now he's actually going to get banned. So I was so confused the whole time about is he going to be banned? Is he not going to be banned? Apparently, it's not the rules. It says here if a player is suspended by FIFA, UEFA, or the national association, that suspension is likely to be recognised across different leagues and competitions. Suspensions for serious offence like violent conduct or serious foul play might be recognised by other leagues, especially if the violation is deemed severe enough, but it wasn't severe enough. For me, it wasn't severe. It was a 2 yellow card. That can't be severe enough to be. Oh my god, that can't be severe enough in my opinion. So realistically, he shouldn't be not playing in the first game against Everton. If that's the rules, if this is the rules right here, that it has to be a serious. It has to be deemed as it has to be seen as a violation is deemed severe enough. It didn't seem severe at all, in my opinion. This did not seem severe at all. So I don't get why he's actually being banned, because he shouldn't be. But yeah, apparently he's being banned. And yeah, so that means that he's going to miss the opener against Everton, which sucks. Which absolutely sucks, because he shouldn't be missing that first game of the season, because why should he be? Because the rules state that has to be severe. Those 2 yellow cards were not a severe enough challenge to be like, oh yeah, if it was a straight red and it was a bad challenge, then yeah, but it wasn't a bad challenge. It got 2 yellow cards. I'm pretty sure one of them he won the ball, and it shouldn't even been a yellow card. I think it was the second one. The second yellow was like a good tackle, and then he got given a second yellow card and got sent off. I'm pretty sure one of them, it might have been the first one. It was either the first one or the second one. He legit won the ball in the tackle. So I don't know how that's severe. I mean, Leeds United, what do you expect? They're already against us. But yeah, going on to Pak Zhao, the main talking point of the stream. We're going to have to talk about it here. So Pak Zhao, Leeds United fully approved Igor Pak Zhao transfer as 25 million plus update emerges. Leeds United pursuer Pak Zhao seemed to be stepped up. Daniel Farke is looking for a left winger to replace Manor Solomon, who returned to Tottenham at the end of the season. The final star fit the bill as he notched 18 goals and 19 assists in all competitions last season, with 7 of those coming in the Champions League. There is a familiar feeling at Ellen Road supporters about signing a Brazilian winger after securing promotion with Rafinha signing in 2020. And that's his stats, basically. 47 appearances, 18 goals, 19... sorry. Yeah, this is goals. I think that's supposed... Wait. It's supposed to be 18 goals and 19 assists. So this is supposed to say assists. So 19 assists, 18 goals, 3,970 minutes played. Leeds set to advance a Pak Zhao transfer. It seems as though the Whites are set to speed up their pursuit of the left winger as Farke looks to bolster his squad for the Premier League. Sky Sports journalist Tavieri on the 17th of July claimed that the Whites have approved the transfer of Pak Zhao, deemed him a player who can make an immediate impact. He states that they are hesitant about the fee of 25.9 million that the Dutch side are demanding for the Brazilian. Pak Zhao can be a new star at Leeds. Rafinha became a star at Leeds, ultimately moving to Barcelona for 55 million, of course, after 2 seasons at Leeds United. Pak Zhao has the potential to do the same as his compatriot. His numbers last season were remarkable, and it is no surprise that Farke & Co. want to sign him. Now, he's actually a big admirer of Rafinha, which is what I heard. It might be said later in this article, but I've heard Pak Zhao's a massive fan of Rafinha. Like, he is a massive fan of him, and following in his footsteps, coming to Leeds, and then either he does what Rafinha does, like he helps us stay in the Premier League, he helps us push the club further forward, does the right thing, leaves on good terms, we'll like him. It depends how you leave as well, is a massive thing. And the way he leaves will be massive, in a way of, like, if we will like them or not. Or, the other thing is, we keep building and we keep getting better, and he goes, I see the project here, and I want to take this team to Europe, and, we keep building and going up further on the table, and he's looking at the team and looking at what we're doing in the transfer market every season, and he's looking at it going, I want to stay here because they're building something to push for Europe, and we can get there soon. So, one of those two things could happen. Because with Rafinha, right, everyone's like, oh, Barcelona, like, he always wanted to go to Barcelona. After we finish 9th, that next season, if we finish, like, mid-table again, 10th, 11th, maybe further up, maybe we get an 8th or 7th place finish that next season, instead of just surviving on the final day, I could see Rafinha looking at it and going, I want to stay. I want to stay a bit longer. I see a project building. He probably would have stayed if we were building and not in a relegation battle, and we kept on building from the lockdown season. If we kept building from that, it didn't happen and he left. But what I'm saying is, Rafinha probably would have stayed if he saw the building blocks that we were building to get to Europe, or trying to get to Europe. I think he would have stayed. He would be able to take a significant amount of goal scoring and creative burden off of the likes of Dan James, Willie Gnonto, and Joel Piero in Leeds United's attack. The 49ers still need to back Farke to bring in other recruits, such as a new goalkeeper and striker, if the Yorkshire outfit are to stay in the top division. But Pak Zhao would be a brilliant addition. They could bring in... No. leading the line in the top flight, or yeah, Krostovic. I would rather not Dominic Calvert-Lewin. No fucking way. He's injury prone. We got Bamford, who, in my opinion, as a footballer, I think Bamford's a better footballer. I do think Bamford's a better footballer than Dominic Calvert-Lewin. I'd prefer Bamford. A fully fit Bamford for me is better than Dominic Calvert-Lewin, and even like both injury prone. Just rather keep Bamford. Could be deemed a better signing due to the ex-Everton man's injury history. Yeah, blah blah blah. One thing is for sure though, Pacquiao, if he is signed, cannot be the only big attacker signing that they make. Of course, we've got to sign a striker. We've got to sign a number 10 if we're going to play with a number 10. But I kind of feel like the way we're going with all these midfielders, Stack, we could be getting done next week. Longstaff is having his medical today. I think he's having his medical today. Well, that's what we heard. So he'll probably be done tomorrow. I think he'll be done tomorrow. I don't think Longstaff will be done today. I think Longstaff will be done tomorrow. The day before the game against Scum. I think that's what we'll do. The day before the game against Scum, we'll get it signed, and then the next day's a Scum game, and then yeah, and turn on notification. Blah blah blah. The next one, yeah, Rodrigo Muniz is set for a move after huge Leeds United development. Leeds United appear to be strengthening their first team well ahead of the 25-26 Premier League campaign. Having secured promotion from the Championship, the owners will be keen on avoiding relegation given the huge gulf in revenue. Thus far, the Whites have made 4 first-team signings with Goodmanson, Jacobiol, Mecha, and Bornau. Bornau's kind of been forgotten about, to be honest, by a lot of people. I mean, in that, like, we made those signings, right? Goodmanson's a starter, Biol's a starter, and then these two are going to be, like, backups in competition. Rodrigo Muniz appears to be closing in on a move to Ellen Road. Sources have been told, Leeds United News on the 17th of July, that the Whites are making progress to sign Fulham striker Rodrigo Muniz. While work is ongoing to sign a new midfielder, there is hope in bringing in the 24-year-old to Ellen Road. Is this it? Blah, blah, blah. This is it about Rodrigo Muniz. Okay. There's not much about Rodrigo Muniz. Oh, there's more. The Leeds United pursuit of Muniz for over $32 million is a risky move that may not deliver value for money, and they'd be better served scouting prolific strikers for lesser European leagues. Muniz, while showing promise with 17 Premier League goals, may not be worth what their cottages are demanding. God, the cottages are demanding. So he's had, 33 appearances in the 23-24 season, and then 36 in the 24-25. He got 1 extra goal this season than last season with 3 extra games, and 1 more assist with 3 extra games. So, like, these 2 seasons aren't bad, but I do agree with the whole price. I do think it's a bit expensive for a player who... I think he's a good player. But my problem is he worth being the highest paid player, basically? The most expensive signing, sorry. Are we going to break our transfer record for Muniz? Is that really something that I look at and go, Rodrigo Muniz is worth being our most expensive signing? I don't know. I would like him, but like the price for me is a bit like, ooh, I don't know, a bit too expensive maybe, but that's what I feel. I feel like it's a bit too expensive. But yeah, that's basically it really. We'll go back on Pacquiao actually, and we'll just look at some of his stats. So Pacquiao, of course, playing for Feyenoord and playing Champions League football. Of course, this season he got 18 goals, 14 assists in 47 games, playing 3,969 minutes. He's got an injury right now, and I know a lot of people say when people are coming into a club or with an injury, people go, "Oh, don't sign. He's injury prone. He's missed 4 games. It's fine. He's not an injury prone player. He barely gets injured." If you look at these, like almost playing 4,000 minutes this season. The previous season, almost 3,000 minutes. And you look at that and you go, yeah, he plays a lot of minutes. Like, he's not an injury-prone player. You look at that, he's not injury-prone. He has Champions League experience, of course, playing 11 games in the Champions League, scoring 2 goals and getting 4 assists in the Champions League this season. The previous season before that, he also played in the Champions League and the Europa League. He played in both competitions, 6 games in the Champions League and 2 games in the Europa League, scoring in the Europa League. So he has European experience in both the Champions League and the Europa League. Here is another one, Europa League, 6 games, 1 goal, 1 assist. But yeah, his seasons have been pretty good. Like, all of his seasons have been good. Like, since 2022, all of his seasons have been good seasons. Like, you look at 10 goals, 9 assists, 9 goals, 6 assists, 12 goals, 3 assists, 18 goals, 14 assists. Like, that's a good 4 seasons in a row. Even the season before that in 2021, that's a good season. 7 goals, 5 assists. That's like a good season as well. So he hasn't really had a bad season in his career. at all. Like, you don't really count this season when he only played 6 games. But yeah, if you go to here, we can look at his percentages. He has a 97 percentile on non-penalty goals, which is big. This is like the percentile is basically where he ranks in the world with all strikers. Not all strikers, God, all wingers, sorry, or left wingers, sorry, attacking mids and wingers. Oh, it's versus attacking mids and wingers, yeah. Because he has played the number 10 a couple of times as well. I'm pretty sure, so that's why it says attacking mid and wingers, because he's played both positions. Against like all wingers and attacking midfielders, 97 percentile for non-penalty goals. Non-penalty XG is a 91 percentile. Shots total, he has a 91 percentile. Assists, he has an 88 percentile, an 89 percentile in whatever this is. Non-penalty expected goals, that's expected goals and expected assists for non-penalties, basically. He also shot creation, 89 percentile, that's good. You look at, like, these are pretty good stats for a winger who, I think the injuries actually helped us. I think that injury actually kind of helped us as well, the injury that he got. Let's go back to here. I think the injury that he actually got is actually very helpful for us, because he got that injury. He was linked with Arsenal, if you remember. So he was linked with Arsenal. He got that injury, and I think after he got that injury, when he was at Arsenal, when he was linked with Arsenal, sorry. So he's linked with Arsenal, gets an injury, and then I think Arsenal kind of moved on after he got that injury, because Arsenal need to win the league. They can't have a player coming in who's injured. Even if they're not an injury-prone player, if they're currently injured and they're going to miss the first... However, I think he's injured till September. I think I read somewhere he's injured till September, around that time. So if Arsenal bring him in, you know, the fans would have an outroar. I think they would, and also because they want to have someone ready for game 1. They don't want to bring in someone who's not going to be ready for game 1 straight away in the Premier League, which is why I think the injury has helped us have a chance of getting him. Now, it would be a massive signing if we do get him. Now, I'm still a bit like, are we going to be able to get this over the line? Because when we were first linked with him, I looked at him and said, like, this would be a massive signing if we can get it over the line. This will be a statement signing, as I told the video. This would be a statement signing if we can get Pacquiao over the line. Now, do I think we're going to get him over the line? It's going to be difficult, in my opinion, to get him over the line. And I'm fine with the club saying this one's going to be difficult. The ones that I'm annoyed at when the club said it's going to be difficult is when they said it about every player. But when you say it's going to be difficult about a player like Pacquiao with the qualities of Pacquiao, that's where I'm like, okay, I understand why it's going to be difficult. Because expensive, linked with the likes of Arsenal and other clubs. I think he's linked with other European clubs as well. But it's the Premier League. Even if a club's coming in for him that play in Europe and stuff, he looks at the Premier League, you know. People look at the Premier League as higher, not higher up than the Champions League and the Europa League, of course, but if you can do it in the Premier League, your name you get a massive boost in your career where you can go. So that's why I feel like the Premier League's a massive thing. In signing players, even against like teams that are in Europe and around the world. But yeah, I do think that if we do get this deal done, it'll be a very, very statement signing. Do I think it's going to be done currently? I'm a bit like, not really. Like, I'm more thinking we're not going to get it than we are going to get it. But I do think we have a chance of getting him based off what we've heard. Like, based off what we're hearing, there is a massive chance that we could get it done. But there's also this massive chance, and probably a bigger chance, that we don't get it done over the line. That's how I feel like about... When I look at Pacquiao, and I'm like, that's the type of player I'm looking at, like, do you think Leeds United can get over the line against another club that, you know, I know we have the money because we're in the Premier League and you got that Premier League money, but there is that thing in me of going like, it just feels too good to be true. Until I see him signed, I'm not going to believe it, because it just feels like one of these signings that are too good to be true, that we get it over the line, but I hope we do. Because then you look at Muniz, right? You look at the difference. Like, Muniz, for me, I'm looking at him like, is he really worth being our most expensive player? Is he really worth being our most expensive signing? I know we need a number 9 that can score goals, and he's proven that he can score goals, but there is that bit of me that's like, is that a bit too expensive from Muniz? Because we're not going to get money back from him. I don't think he's worth how much Fulham want as a player, but if we do sign him, I'm not going to be completely angry if we do get it over the line and do sign him. So he's one of those where I'm like, if we can get someone else who's similar to him, as good, but cheaper, I would prefer that option, in my opinion. As in, like, if I think the player's as good as Muniz or might be a better player than Muniz and we can get that over the line, I'd prefer us to do that. Yeah, so I think it's going to be very difficult to get Pacquiao over the line in general. I just wanted to make a short stream. I wasn't going to be here for long, but I just wanted to talk about Pacquiao and hoping that we can get him over the line. If you're here, make sure you do subscribe to the channel, because that helps. Like the video, because that helps to get out to more people, the more people come in and watch. So like the video. like the video, subscribe. I'm trying to reach 800 subscribers before the season starts, so that's something I'm trying to get to. And yeah, that's going to be the end of the stream. And I'll probably catch you guys tomorrow in a video, because I do think that Longstaff will be signed tomorrow. So I think we'll get Longstaff over the line tomorrow, confirm the signing. I think he's having his medical today, confirm the signing tomorrow, and then I'll be live the next day with the Scum game in a watch along. So make sure you do subscribe to the channel, because there'll be